Hey everybody, Grandmaster Hafner here. I'm here with one of my favorite students and a real leader around Keith Hafner's karate. Please join me in welcoming Master Greg Peters.
Howdy, sir.
How's it going?
Doing well. How about yourself?
Things are going great. Now, Greg has just returned from a real adventure. I think it's something that he's done a whole bunch of times, but I want to have him tell you a little bit about what he just did.
I just got back from Dragon Con. We went down to Atlanta. Every year we go down there over Labor Day weekend, and it is a huge science fiction convention. This year they said there were 85,000 people there.
Wow.
Which I know would be a great place for you because you love a crowd.
Yeah, I do.
But it's just a lot of fun. There's people in costume. There's different tracks to cover different things. If you're into Star Wars or Star Trek or future history or costuming, I mean, there's almost every aspect of fandom is down there, and it's just everybody having a great time exploring the things they love.
Now, my exposure to this is so limited that I'm kind of embarrassed to say a month or two ago, when this came up like in your news feed, I went to Jason and Ian and said, I get the dragon part, but why is it called con? And here's how remedial my exposure is that they said it stands for convention, but I didn't even know that.
Okay.
Now, you've been multiple times.
Yeah, we were trying to figure out, it's been about 12 years probably. We've gone every year almost.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
And has it changed over the years?
Oh yeah, back when we started there was only about 30,000 people and only 3 hotels. Now it's 5 hotels and a whole convention area, and it's crazy, the amount of crowds, and you had to learn whole new ways of doing things to deal with just that level of humanity.
Did they do a good job of organizing the convention and the accommodations and logistics?
For the most part, yeah, they do. I think each year, though, as it grows, they discover something new that, okay, well, we're going to have to work on that. You know, the structures change as the size changes.
So as the guys were explaining to me a little bit about what goes on, it seems like there's probably 50 different reasons why somebody might go there or have an interest in that. What's your particular pursuit here?
Well, actually, for me, I like seeing the stars. Not just because I'm a fanboy, but because that sort of mimics what I do. I'm up on stage a lot, and so to see other people up on stage and see how they carry themselves is really important to me. It's almost like, okay, this is my world. How can I fit into it? So, for example, this year I saw Zachary Levi, who is the star of Shazam, the movie that's just out recently, and to see him on stage and how he carried himself and how he interacted with the audience was very informative for me as a professional.
Now I'm going to pick that apart a little bit because you could gain that by going to any type of convention on any subject under the sun.
True.
And analyze what's going on, and I appreciate that. But what's your particular interest in this content, this thing?
Well,
what's your niche?
I'm also a huge nerd, so going and seeing science fiction and all the costumes and everything, that's just fun.
Okay.
But also, it's away from home, so it's a chance to immerse myself in the situation.
Yep.
And also, I have a buddy that goes with me every year, and the two of us, we end up talking about creativity and business and things that make us uncomfortable in order to really be better in our lives and in our businesses. And the convention acts as sort of a catalyst or a background to those conversations.
Now you're being really un-nerd-like in this response because I'm looking for the nerd streak here. Like some people might go, and pardon my ignorance, but some people might go because they are Marvel comic book fans, and some people might be Star Trek or Star Wars fans, or that's kind of what I'm after here.
Okay.
Like, what's your interest in this?
If you want to hear my particular focus, it's the costuming. The people watching is just a blast. Seeing the creativity that people have come up with, all these amazing costumes, and it's kind of a fun thing when you're an ultra nerd like I am, to be able to go, not only is that Superman, that's Superman from this particular episode right after this happened in that episode. I mean, that's kind of a little charge that,
Now
hey,
we're getting somewhere.
I'm in the in crowd for a change, and the in crowd is the nerds.
All right, well, that's what I was after. Do you recommend this for anybody, or do you have to be a super devotee to make this?
If you're a science
trip?
fiction fan of any kind, science fiction, fantasy, sure, it's a great event. It is very large and it might be overwhelming. I'd recommend if you want to go, talk to me because I'll give you the hints. And I'll tell you, trying to even a hotel room is a challenge. The hotel where we stay, the reservations open up early October at 9 o'clock in the morning, and by 9:15 they're closed.
Wow. You mean for next year?
Yep.
Wow.
So it's, you know, when you have that many people in a small area, things get booked very quickly, so it's.
How many days is it once you're there?
It starts on Thursday and runs through Monday. We usually go down on Wednesday though, so.
Wow. And so every year you go, you come back ready for the next one.
Yeah, pretty much. Although some years that we've asked, is this really where we need to go? But this year, there was no question. I'm ready to go next year.
Cool. Well, I appreciate you coming on the show. I always have a little gift for everybody that sits in that
Silly
seat.
putty, I love it.
Genuine silly putty. So thank you, Master Greg, for being on the show.
Thank you, sir.